Hello, today I'm going to show you how to draw out your acrylic ledge for the mobile phone holder. This diagram here shows a 2D design file that I've pasted into PowerPoint that gives you all the dimensions that you need to be able to create a part that you can send to the laser cutter. The laser cutter sees a black line and would be then able to cut it out. Wherever it sees a red line, it's then able to engrave or etch a pattern. The dimensions on here mean that you should be able to fit any charging port through this hole here, and the 2 injection molded feet screws should go through here. If we're just reading the diagram quickly so that we understand what we're seeing, we have a rectangle that is 85mm by 75mm to get started, 2 holes at the back for the feet that have a diameter of 4, which means that their radius, which is all that 2D design can read, is 2, and a slight hole cut out here for a very thin sheet of aluminium, which we will cut at 70, but we've given ourselves a tolerance, a gap that we can work towards of 1.6, just in case we overcut a sheet of material. We've got a tolerance of 1.6, so we can be 1.6 over or under when cutting that sheet of material. Okay. You should be able to read the other dimensions that are on there, and the 0.2 here is a very small change, so I think I'm going to make that about 10 millimeters there. But first thing we need to do is on your... So this is 2D design, and there was a box that appeared at the start that asked me for my name, and you can just click off onto the white dotted part of the screen to actually get started when using the program. I'm going to start by drawing out that rectangle that I'm interested in. So if I look in here, it's 85 by 75. And the first thing that I've done is click Grid Lock. Grid Lock lets me snap to the grid. So if I put it back on, I am now working on the grid and can see where I am looking at this tool here, Relative. Notice when I start to draw, the Relative tool will change. I've clicked. As I drag across, I can see that that is 90 by 10. I can see it's 10 because the minus 10 is me dropping down from a single point that I've been working on. So it is now 100 by 60, and I am looking for something that is 85 by 70, I believe. Okay, let's go back and check my drawing. It's 85 by 75. So it's slightly under, but I'm 90 by 80 would be better for me to draw. If you ever draw something you want to check, you have a dimensions tool here, dim lines. So if I click, drag and click, that's 90 by 70, and I actually would prefer that this is actually 90 by 80, so I'm taking 5 millimeters off 2 sides, but I will show you 2 ways of drawing this shape. I'm going to click and hold on my contour tool, and I'm going to draw something parallel to another line. And I've got a contour spacing of 5. And you can see there I can take off 5 millimeters. I'm going to click and hold on my delete tool and use my second delete tool, delete by intersection. Where 2 lines intersect, I can take away additional lines. You could, without drawing all of the box, start with the line tool and draw a line and another line. And if you click on the line, you can change the property and make it 85 in length. And change the other line's property and make it 75 in length. I would still then recommend that you actually use your contour tool here because you will snap automatically back to the grid, but we want a line 75 millimeters away from this. Oh, apologies, we want it 85 millimeters away from there. And 75 millimeters from the top. Both will get you the same outcome and will give you the exact dimensions, but there is no point drawing something that's a different size as you need it to be correct for the working drawing that you're working to. So, we have the outside box. The next thing I'm going to do, and it's going to center around us using that contour parallel tool is draw a line down the middle. So I'm going to have to take the number 85 and divide it by 2. And I'm going to then click off with my select tool and pick up the contour tool again. And just to show you where it is one more time, it's the third tool in. Okay, we're not contouring the entire shape, we're contouring parallel. And I'm going to make a line 42.5, which is halfway across on this side. You may have just seen me click there. When I clicked that quickly, I clicked on this side of the line. Okay, and if I do it over here, you can be quite far over. You don't need to click directly on the line. You click on the side of the line that you actually want to contour parallel to. Okay, to delete something, click and hit delete. If there's lots on your page and you're not sure how it got there, highlight over it all and you can hit delete. Okay, I have a center line now to work from, and I also have this box here that I'm going to start trying to draw. The center line will help me contour parallel 9 to create this line, and parallel the other side of it 9 to create this line. And that's how I would get started. Go back to my drawing. I would like to know roughly how far up this is, but I know it is around 6.68 for the diagram to work. Sometimes when you're looking at a working drawing, it doesn't repeat dimensions if it looks similar. So all of these are around 6.7, the gaps, apart from this one that's highlighted and is pulled further out and is 6. So I'm going to click off, click back on my contour parallel and draw something that is 6.7, just to make it tidier. And then I have a gap of 6. And I'm going to zoom in now so we can see where we're working. I'm going to pick up my delete by intersection tool, second delete tool in, and remove any unwanted lines. I'm actually going to keep my center line there so that if I did want to use it again later on, I could drag it up. I have 2 holes that I wish to pop onto this diagram to allow the feet to be put into place, and they are 10 millimeters away from that top line. So I'm going to click 10, and I need to go back to the diagram now to check how far in they actually are. And I think that is 18. I'm going to pick up again my contour parallel tool and click 18. I'm going to pick up my delete by intersection tool, and for the next part to work, Control and Z there where I accidentally clicked, I am going to snap to this edge and I need a corner to add in the circles. I'm going to pick up my attach tool, which attaches something at its point of origin to an edge, and turn off my gridlock because I can't snap onto that corner with gridlock on. I'm going to click, drag and click. And you should hear a noise. Click, drag and click. I've deliberately drawn those circles far too big. When I click on them, I can change the property at the bottom, and I need the radius to be half the diameter, and the diameter of the screw is 4. So I'm actually going to put 2.1 in here so it slides in quite neatly. Okay. Again, these lines helped me to construct where those holes went, but are not necessarily for the image that we're drawing. I'm going to show you a new tool now. If you click and hold on your arc tool, the very last arc tool is called a filleted arc, and will allow you to create a radius between 2 straight lines. And I'm going to click OK. I click on one line, I click on the other, and it turns it into an arc. If you click too frequently, you'll find that they will disappear. Another word of warning actually is that you only get one undo in this program, one time that you can actually do a Control and Z, so you should try to make sure that you don't use it frequently.